Hold on 1 second. Data coming in here. SPY initial claims for April 1st, 166,000 versus the 200K estimate prior revised from 202. Um, U.S. continuing claims for March 25th, 1.52 million versus the 1.31 estimate. Hold on, I'm going to copy and paste that. I think of my classes. It's Saturday. I knew that. I knew that. How do I spot breakouts? Usually pattern recognition. Um, you can see buyers building up. Uh, their bullish patterns are usually a sign, or price action showing an accumulation of buyers at a certain level. So there's also multiple different things that can cause a breakout. So those are to be considered as well. All right. And I'm gonna share this YouTube link real quick. Oh, I forgot I muted Charlie. I had to. That guy's going ham, buddy. That screen is bleeding. Yeah, it was. Um, all right. I just dropped the YouTube link. All right. Well, if you guys are just joining us, good morning. Um, we've just been charting here for the last couple of about 30 minutes here. I'm gonna go ahead and filter over to our news. Manny has got a couple things to take care of today. I haven't heard of Atlas, so I'm assuming he'll be here today. Otherwise we'll find out. BBAI. They had a big spike yesterday. They're up to their point of control. I've never heard of this. Looks like a low float. Got a lot of volume. 50% past this candle is 1282. Interesting. Color Star Technology outlines plans to set up world's first digital airport for users to experience flights in virtual reality. Okay. That's not really news for me. Anyway, so let's get to the news, guys. Wall Street futures edged up after Fed minutes um previously or released the previous day. Um Fed minutes released the previous day and did nothing to add to the rate hike momentum already priced into markets. The U.S. jobless claims numbers are have just been released. European shares recovered from a sell-off as healthcare stocks surged. Asian equities ended lower as the war in Ukraine and COVID-19 lockdowns hurt China's sentiment. Uh, um, the dollar hovered near 2 year highs against a basket of major currencies. Oil rebounded from a 3 week low as supply concerns lingered, and gold was trading in the positive territory. Uh, so aggressive Fed balance sheet runoff could jolt flattened yield curve. Investors are gauging whether to comparatively quick balance sheet reduction by the Federal Reserve could perk up the flattening of the Treasury yield curve, which has been flashing warning signs of a potential recession. Um, As bonds prices swoon, U.S. banks may slow stock buybacks. Wall Street bankers have long talked about how higher interest rates will deliver additional revenue from loans and higher yielding securities. Russia has taken the steps to punish Google over YouTube fakes. Russian communications watchdog said it has taken punitive measures against Google, including a ban on its advertising platform and its information resources. So, U.S. consumer watchdog to ramp up credit card enforcement may review fee caps. And then we got another one here. We got Shell's raised Russia's write down to as much as $5 billion. In earnings, we saw Levi Strauss, the company quarterly results beat Wall Street estimates on Wednesday, helped out by prices and strong demand for its jeans tops and jackets. More people ventured out and attended social events. I did buy Levi stuff. Um, let's see here. I'm trying to pick out important things. General Motors and Tesla, the Biden administration said senior officials held a meeting on Wednesday with major automotive leaders, including Tesla chief executive Elon Musk, and General Motors chief executive Mary Barra to discuss electric vehicles and charging. The administration said that the statement was a broad consensus that charging stations and vehicles need to be interoperable and provide a seamless user experience no matter what car you drive and where you charge your EV. Um, so that's something to consider. JD had their CEO step down. Um, and Meta is ready plans to introduce virtual tokens and cryptocurrencies to its family of apps, which we've known about for almost a year. So alrighty, guys, that's about it. I didn't want to kind of linger over the news too long. I'm feeling okay. Um, I won't be long today. I'll just be honest with you guys. I'm gonna try and trade quickly, see where this market's gonna head. If we're gonna go ahead and gap fill to the upside, there's play trades to the upside, but I will not be long today. I got a lot of stuff to take care of, unfortunately, before the end of the week. So, alrighty. So on the watch list for me today, you guys know it, Baba. So Baba did end the day with a bear flag. Of course, I'm gonna be watching this one for a potential break to the upside. I'm gonna be paying attention to this one mostly on the 15-minute and hourly time frames. This one looks good to go and hit my support level, which I have marked out again at 104 or 103.85. Greedy people will wait for 103.85. Well positioned and proper trading strategy would urge you to be out before a psychological number bounce. Therefore, you are selling to the buyers of the put contracts rather than trying to sell to people who are now about to start potentially buying calls. And that's going to be tough. All right. So I think I skipped about 500 things, but my brain's a little fuzzy right now. So Baba, Microsoft is on the watch list. Same story here. We did get that double top. It did not hold support at all. You went up, you retested, and this is how we look for rejections. You guys saw the 307 rejection. And then of course, if you guys traded with me and he I wasn't able to watch, but I did see the results. He did talk to me about it. You guys crushed it. I'm really happy to see that you guys were able to trade with Manny, and kick some ass, on that side of things. So, um, yeah, the Potter responded in like 0.004 seconds. So what Holy Cannoli has a point. God's will set free. I'm gonna just go God's will. But basically all gaps are gonna get filled. Inevitably. That's just what's going to happen. Um and it's often not always immediate, especially gaps over 2%. So that's something to write down because it's something to pay attention to. Um, but that's where you see these large gap downs and then a continuation and flush. So we're going to see, based on what I see right now, I would be looking for a bounce on Microsoft and other stocks before the gap. So I think red to green. So I think 295 for Microsoft, right? On SPY, I'm just trying to answer these questions. SPY almost filled its gap anyway, before the end of the day. And it would suck if it did. I already have a downtrend right there. So SPY will gap fill. Um, it's just a matter of when. And there's a level that we tapped yesterday that's right here. So we're kind of in a really tight spot, I guess, where we're going to either see if we again go and test down first, which could be 442, 441 for SPY, and then curl back up around and look for resistance, which would ultimately fill that gap. So it might be tough trading conditions today due to the SPY setup. You already have almost 50% of the gap. I'm curious to see if SPY will call that good is and just say, all right, fine, and we leave it at that, and it just come back around and fill it later because I mean there's gaps still to the upside on SPY, so it doesn't mean that it has to. It just means that it will, just not right now. So anyway, Baba, Microsoft, you know what? We got Sweet Baby Ray's on the watch list. This one, it looks exactly like everyone else. So we're gonna wait for a break in range. We like 221.18. And we like this level of 219.63. If you guys are holding Baba with me, I am still holding Baba. So that nothing has changed. Not a problem. Yeah, no problem. So anyway, I talked about Meta today, or a little bit earlier today. Curious to see if this actually is a break in trend. I saw this trend line from here. That got broken quite a while ago alongside Microsoft's trend line and everything else. So we could see again another gap fill. And here's the thing about gap fills and downtrends being broken. You can still stay under this trend line and fill a gap and continue to the downside. And that's oftentimes how that happens. And you'll see that retest. So again, we could see choppy trading conditions, but we're just going to wait for that 221.25 break, 219.50 for a potential leg down. And I'm aiming at the 216 area. You can use your pivot points here to kind of get an idea. So look, my target right there, I didn't even have that there. That's 219.25. And then you can see right there, this one actually has 214 marked, which I could agree with, but I'll likely be out beforehand if we get a break. And I will be watching the 15-minute candles here today. And I just want to reiterate and reassure you guys that the 5 minute is so much anxiety. You don't, it is imperative and was imperative for my trading journey to stop looking at the five, at least the 15 minute. And when you start to get cool, if you have the patience and calm to trade the 15 minute and watch it, you can still use the five. But you'll actually see a change in pace or change in patience in yourself when it comes to trading. Period. Um, so I am holding currently an equity at the moment right now, which is SBFM. Um, and so I'm gonna keep them as well. I have a pretty good average. I'm not looking to get like rich off of this, but and I'm not up enough really for me to want to do really anything with it. Uh, but that one I may or may not add to today, but I'll let you guys know. I didn't really alert that one anywhere other than live. So I don't want to obviously um, signal to people who haven't seen the signal. All right, so last one is due to the news of the CEO, the JD CEO, stepping down. I will be watching JD to the downside. I think JD could be a pretty good play here. Trying to get it charted here. It's got a little difficult chart right now. Yeah. So, oh, good morning.
Good morning,
I was just telling everybody that Manny was not going to be here.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it's real quick today what I gotta talk about. There's not really a lot. If you don't mind, unless you were doing something.
No, I was just covering Baba really quick, or JD. I'm just gonna be watching JD. Everybody below 57, 15, $57. Yeah, I have a pivot point right here at 55, but there's a massive gap to fill. So if maybe 50% of the gap, we could get to $51 today. I will be using both weeklies and next week. So that's it.
Yeah, so for me at least, I gotta go. I have a meeting that I really gotta get to, just so I can have next week a bit off. But everything's just pretty straightforward. We're below 450. You guys know how I've been feeling about that level for a while. That level was going to be a deciding factor. We saw that it was a deciding factor. As soon as we lost it, we actually pushed down very aggressively. So everything's going to head into the same scenario. If we reclaim for 50, we can obviously see a push higher because we're going to start seeing volatility get sold again. If we continue in this range, where the odds of hitting 440 remain the same as the odds of us hitting 450. You get what I mean? This is not a no, no, we're going to go here. No, no, the odds remain the same. So if we go to 450, right, and we reclaim it, chances are we can rip higher because volatility will be sold. If we basically lose or keep dropping down, we lose 440. The move to 430, I think, will be quicker than 450 to 440, in my opinion. Sorry about that. You see what I mean? You just have to put me up already. But that's just pretty much it. I don't really have a lot of watches. All these gaps are useless. They're just to me relief little gaps. Everything's gonna probably form bear flags. Everything has a bear flag already. Most of the names. Tesla has one on the hourly,
Yeah.
and whatnot. It also has part of its gap still to fill. So take it easy today. It is Thursday. It's one BTE. This is the day where usually people like to lose money because they over risk on one BTE.
Yep.
You know, it's not that day where you should be risking a lot. I mean, this morning everything traded very weird. Like gold moved prior to its usual 8 a.m. movement. It still gave the 8 a.m. move, but it moved a lot prior. You know, so today was really weird in the morning how everything moved. So just keep that in mind. You look at overnight sessions, low range type of thing. I think the implied move on SPX today it's about 1% to either side. So again, keep that in mind. It should just be a straightforward day. Just please, don't over risk. Try to hold whatever gains you made. Some of you had a pretty nice trade yesterday for IPOC with us. I mean, why would you want to lose those games? That was easy money. You're gonna lose it, and then you're gonna have to work twice as hard to make it back. Not worth it. That's pretty much all for me today, guys. Take care. Have a great session. I will see you all later, if not tomorrow for sure. All right. Take care, G.
All right, man.
Everybody.
Yeah, I'll talk to you soon. I think Apple to 167. I got you. I got AMD. Well, we're gonna chart it. All right. So before I go into charting again, if you guys haven't followed those of you guys here on TikTok, my Twitter, I posted all the price target upgrades there. Appreciate you guys following me on there. So we've got a couple of rando stocks. Some of them I haven't quite heard of. I have heard of four, and four got a pretty sweet price target upgrade by Citigroup of $81. There's a reinstated buy. It's currently at 65. So I don't really have any other information on that one other than it is up against resistance. Or excuse me, it is not up against resistance. It is, and I think I have extended hours on. No, it's daily. It has broken resistance, which is pretty cool. You're at your 200-day moving average. And you've got a breakout level of 66.65. Um, you could watch this one to its R2, which is 72.75. But that R1, excuse me, also represents a pretty major support for them. So just I don't know anything. I've actually never traded the company, never heard of it. Like outside of just random passing. Um, so I'll keep an eye on it here. I've never even I need to go look at the options when they open. But this one could be an interesting long play. It's definitely moving against the grain and holding a bit of a divergence. It is one where if I'm long enough that I would be willing to watch most of the daily candle form before even considering taking a position. So good morning, everybody. If you guys are on TikTok, I appreciate you guys leaving a like. Costco as well. Costco got a price target upgrade this morning worth looking at. I put a $600 price target. I think I was saying something about remember who did the price target first, but Costco got a Goldman Sachs 627 price upgrade, which if you guys know Costco, that's a bit of a jerk to the upside. So it actually looks pretty good. I would like to see the gap fill here. But with stocks like Dollar General moving to the upside, most of these stocks are benefiting off of the current climate here. So definitely worth keeping an eye on here. SoFi got a outperform, but a lowered price target to $13. All right. So someone asked me to look at AMD. Yesterday, you basically got a doji on support, which is basically when you are looking at a doji or something like this, um, it's, um, when you're looking at a doji or anything of this nature, uh, normally it is indecision, right? When you look at support and you see the way a stock behaves, you want it to behave in the same manner to give you a similar move. In this case, you did get same similar price action, same range. So at this point, it's just the support below you, and I did mention that we could go red to green today. You've got a support here that's going to be 101. You've got another one off of these wicks that's 100 and basically 180s, and then down here, which is 99.95. And those are all levels that could get bounced on AMD because I'm not seeing a whole lot of strength at this level. But that being said, there's a gap to fill to the upside. So once that gap is filled, from there you would want to see levels like 108 and 109 broken to the upside in order to possibly give you a reversal pattern or some type of reversal. This honestly looks like it wants to go to the downside, just based off the current setup. In fact, if you zoom out, you'll notice that it almost has that inverse cup and handle, right? And if you think about it, AMD has given out some pretty substantial gains in the semiconductor industry, facing all of these supply chain issues and increased demand. Might be negative in the short term. Seed is running SEED here in pre-market. Where did I get the Cybertruck decor? Target. I'm here to learn. All right, yeah, watch paper trade. Apparently, something's going on with them. So with SoFi, a lot of price target upgrades and downgrades coming in right now. JD puts at the open. Due to where it's at, I would. I mean, it's not a terrible idea. But we could also see. Oh God. 56.78 and 56.20, where the whole ribbon indicator is. We have to watch those levels. So when we're looking to get into positions like this where we're going into a support, we don't get weeklies, usually not even next week, but we definitely want to have some time behind our position. And this is where scaling in, like we did with Roblox, can because Roblox was, one of my dream trades, where I hold long and scalp short, and I don't know, it's just a good time overall. So, um, why don't you just use technicals and price action? You use fundamentals to trade. I, did you just get here? You must be new here. I'm gonna let Charlie talk his shit for a minute. Did you just hear? Excuse me, are you new here? You must be new here. So weird how these like little things get stuck in all of our brains. Like I'm like playing video games online or on a VR or something, and I'll just be like, "What the dog doing?" And all of a sudden, in cadence, like we've all been trained, a dozen other dudes are like, "What the dog doing?" I'm like, "Whoa, this reality is weirded me out." This we're all human stuff, you know. All right, so um, can drop some tips from fundamental analysis on the Discord. Oh yeah, I mean, absolutely. Yeah. Anytime you want to drop any information, please. I'd love to hear anybody's. Any. I'm always learning. Everybody's always learning. So, um, that's quantum entanglement. Tell me about it. We've all been entangled. TikTok. All right. So normally on a reversal, we want to see a doji. But let me show you something. Okay. Look at this candle. Look at that candle. It doesn't mean anything. This is the exact same setup. Holy shit. Look, I'm posting this in the chat. So just because we bounced and it was FOMC, so that is essentially the exact same thing that we are dealing with now. And you can see that it did move up almost all the way to 173. So don't doubt that there, and due to the gap down right now, don't doubt that there could be a potential impulse move up. I would say here in pre-market, you have a little lower time frame downtrend right there. That is creating what appears to be a bear flag. Um, Kind of a pennant type thing. And then if you look right there, and you look at these hourly candle closes on Apple, a lot of pressure to the downside. And actually, if you look at it, the majority of that gap was filled. So because of this, right, gaps are lack of volume, right, which can make it easier to push through. But now that the majority of that gap has been traded, if Apple goes up today, if Apple goes up today, it may drag ass. It may drag ass. It may take a minute to do so. So levels for Apple, and I'm telling you, everything is pointing down right now. But levels for Apple is straight up of 174.50 and the pivot point of 175.25. You won't catch me trading anything here. There's no reason to, unless something comes out that I missed. But Beyond Meatballs launch Beyond Burger, Beyond Meatballs in 2K right aid stores. Which what? They're launching meatballs? This man sounds unsure too. Did he said we've been trying to reach you about your vehicle's extended warranty? Son of a bit, not again. So yes, that would be a high wave spinning time on Apple daily time frame. It's not at the top though. Yeah. Goldman Sachs maintains neutral on train technologies, lowers price target to 157. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to tag you, Broly. Your name comes up when I type here. It drives me nuts. Sometimes. I have it all the time. That's because I'm not paying attention. Um, yeah, no problem. Make sure to leave as much as you want. Or leave as much as you want. Um, yeah, guys, don't worry about welcome to 007. Um, you guys know if you guys trade with me, I go through red days here in your face. Like I talk to you guys about what I'm going through when I'm red. So we, yeah, we can't deal with ignorance and judgment here. That's not our responsibility. So I can block him, or he can just sit here and embarrass himself. All right. Tesla. Um, Everything looks the exact same. Tesla did not go to fill all of its gap. I say that when Tesla hits 1010, the market bounces. So if I'm right about red to green, Tesla obviously underneath low day here could be interesting 1032 and 1027, as well as 1022. Just 1033, 1027, and then 1023.27. Yeah. Loyal customers. Yeah. Losing is a part of the game. I should have listened to you about going back to HYMC last week. I'm sorry to hear that, man, but listen, you never moving back. You're moving forward with that experience now. It's like former bleeding, right? If as long as you do your job and you learn from your experience, you should be excited about never or not repeating it or at least being more aware of it in the future. Um, that's why, as a beginner, less exposure, um, to decaying assets, is good. Longer expirations, et cetera, et cetera. But um, all right, Twitter, yeah. If you're in the Discord, you guys, oh damn, you guys know you can. Let me know if you guys want me to take a look at something. Come up with a plan. This is the time where you go and you set key levels. You don't know how to set key levels? Go pull up your point of control, go put pivot points on your chart, and go from there. Um, Twitter's above its pivot points, so we did not peep Nvidia. I will look at that though. I did peep. I did peep the AMD. Morgan Stanley maintains underweight, lowers price target on 3M to 145. So Twitter is in what looks to be a giant triangle pennant type setup right here with a beautiful point of control at 51.35 and the pivot point 52, right? So I'm going to set these levels, screenshot it if you must, right? So that pivot point right there, you already have this level right there. That's 53 even. And it's really really tight consolidation here. Here's the thing: below 49.85, 84, and 49.30, I would venture to guess that Twitter will be in the 48 levels, or you're likely to go and hit support at 47, where you could bounce back up and something else will form. But as far as the 15-minute time frame, lower time frame right now, you've got a heavy amount of consolidation and you've got solid levels to both the up and the downside. So again, 49.45 to the downside, and 52 to the upside. And even with that to the upside, you need market cooperation, likely because remember, Twitter is not moving on, it's not going to affect the earnings report immediately, right? So it's not like what you invest in now could be just wiped out, and we're going into earnings season. So that's something to consider. Um, Good year to develop domestic source of natural rubber. You can use tofu, or not tofu, some of Beyond Meat's burgers. They're not that bad, I'm sorry. How am I feeling today? Not feeling 100%, but I am alive. I am here. I'm not gonna be on for long today, guys. Hopefully you guys did well yesterday. Um, I know I saw some people did struggle yesterday a little bit. Futures in the negative. Yeah. All right, but it is 9:10, guys. I gotta go step off. I gotta get some water, get a little bit of coffee here. Um, we traded with Manny. It was about 45 seconds. That sounds like Manny. Beyond sausages are great. I'm vegetarian. It is really a game changer. I'm not gonna lie, I did have some chicken nuggets that were plant based, and they were pretty gas. Yeah, no, guys. Mm, I felt bad yesterday, but um, obviously want to show up here for a little bit today. Ukraine negotiator. I just tweeted that out. So if you guys, I'm always tweeting. Those of you on TikTok and stuff, always tweeting out that news. So if you're not paying for Benzinga Pro or using Benzinga Pro, like at some point in the future, I may even have like hire someone to just tweet all of it out or find a bot. That'd be sick. I know somebody in our Discord knows how to do that. Um, I think we're red to green today, but we'll see. Yeah, vegan nuggets. I was in the hospital. Yes. Do I have a list for today? I do. Yes. So I've got Baba, JD, Facebook, and Microsoft. I've got Baba down right here. Hourly bear flag. S1 target there, 106.13. Target 103.60. So I do have a target for Baba to the downside. On that one. Facebook, both up and down. Facebook. Oh, I mean, we're dealing with this, which kind of sucks, which means that we could experience some like not so fun pullbacks. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm probably gonna take this shit off of my watch list because Facebook looks horrendous. Um, as far as the open is concerned, you've got a level 221.18 and then 219.21, and then the market would have to absolutely flush from there. But I think that at S1 we curl back up, and then we possibly see that reversal that we've been expecting. Otherwise, things get messy, and they're not looking really good going into next week. So Facebook low is 221.50, right? And it had a spinning top as well. 226. So and when it comes to these candles, everybody, this is where they're indecision candles, but the strategy behind it is usually high and low days, and then watching for a break past either one of those. So, 1 second, guys. All right, all right. Those of you on YouTube, TikTok, uh, Discord, I will be right back. Um, yes, the pivot point tool is going to be the pivot point standard. I'm new to this. Any advice for me? I pretty much just gamble, and sometimes it pays off. Well, that's a not a great way to start, but the majority of people, a lot of people start that way. They get gambly, and then they realize there's a lot of money to be made, but then they realize gambling doesn't allow you to keep that money. And a lot of times you get lost in the sauce, and you let things go, or you let things go red. So if you're new, and you've won big, start really small. Pretend like you never did. Pretend like you never have won a single dollar from the stock market, and start over. Being real with yourself and saying, I don't know what I'm doing, which is what you're doing. And it's great, really. Um, that's where I would start, and then in my Discord, I have a step-by-step process. There's plenty of other free resources across the internet for education. So yes, I'll be back in a few minutes. Let me go to the restroom, and I will. Hold I will be right back to take those requests. Those of you guys on TikTok, I got to restart the stream. So if you guys want to hop on YouTube, it'll be back on in about 5 minutes.
Turkish foreign minister says there are still around 30 Turkish citizens in Ukraine's Mariupol, says told Ukrainian counterpart that peace talks with Russia can be held in Turkey from now on. U.S. Senate to vote at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Russia oil ban. GOOGL, Major League Baseball, working closely with Google Cloud to store more use cases for its massive amounts of data. That's Golf Oscar Oscar Golf and Golf Oscar Oscar Golf Lima.
All right. All right. Um, TSM is at a support. Try it looks like it almost, if not all, gap filled almost all the way. Um, Hourly time frame, you've got a downtrend. No, it doesn't look like it's. Looks sort of like a falling wedge ish. So I would watch again. Remember red to green, so a drop maybe 98. So look at that. So look at this key level right here. So watch TSM to bounce off of 99. Yeah, I use level 2 if I'm in the tape, especially if I'm scalping.
That a major power outage has knocked out internet connectivity across much of Puerto Rico.
All right, Costco. So here's the thing: you got a huge gap up on Costco. From what I can tell from gap ups on Costco, those gaps do inevitably get filled. Sometimes there's a short impulse move up. I would say 595. This is where marking pre-market highs may be pretty imperative. So the pre-market high here is 595. So I was right about that. Um, and so above 595, you've got you got 600. So I mean, you could make a power move to 600, but it looks like inevitably Costco and that gap fill to the downside would give you a retest of the same level that you broke out, and because of those price target upgrades, could give you the strength that you need to continue moving to the upside. So, ooh. Manny has dropped um a tape, scalping guide, favor tracements. Yeah, reading the tape here. I'll tag everybody in the Discord where that's at. It's in the free part of the Discord. So, yeah, it'll give you lessons on that. He dropped a mixtape, basically. Yeah, sorry if I sound a little slow. Like I'm a little out of it. Not like terribly, but just a little disoriented from medicine yesterday. Major Alibaba has tripled stock buyback to 1.1 billion.
BHC Virginix launches Matrix to secure internet applications and services. That's Victor Hotel Charlie. BHC.
All right, guys. Yes, I can look at Merck. Don't have much time after that. So it looks like you're setting up kind of an ascending triangle on the hour. Let's look at the daily. Daily has got you into the gap fill. 50% of that gap is looks like the $87 mark. Again, the hourly has you set up for what appears to be
CDK popping to the highs now 54.82, just ahead of the open. CDK being acquired.
huge block trade there as well. CDK being acquired.
$84.87 per share, hitting a high of 54.82, being acquired by Brookfield. That's Charlie Duff.
Oh, still at that mark. 295 would be the bounce area for Microsoft. Anyway, so Merck, trend line there, and your key level is right there. So again, you're up at resistance. You may gap fill first and then bounce out. I'm anywhere below Merck's 84.30. So and then I'll do SPY really quick and then that's it. All right, so I've got a downtrend here for SPY, which could give us a reversal. I do have a possible, and I didn't, this doesn't make much sense right here as far as trajectory or like angle or anything like that. So I didn't see much of a trend line there at the bottom, but we are hovering at our point of control. Um, the way that I see it is, I mean, first of all, if this does end up moving up, impulsively to the upside first, and like moves above 447 or 448, I won't touch it until 449. Above 449, yes, we could go rip up into 451 and then ultimately possibly going into the 452, 453 area. To the downside, there's a key level in support at 443.73, and then 444, 46. So we want to obviously lose 446, 444, 46 first, and then drop to this S2 442. Um, Yeah, so that Jean Paul, you know what I just that is probably what I love hearing that. Obviously I want there to be A plus setups, but not seeing too many A plus setups. We'll wait for confirmation that the downtrend is going to continue. That is all you have to do. You do not have to take a position. You could wait all day and make your money at the end of the day. You could set a range. If by 10:30 we don't move, then consider coming back. And remember what I mentioned this morning. We're going to be watching those 15-minute time frames, right? Because that's where we're going to be able to really, really get a better idea of how things are going to move. So the Facebook just gap up. All right. JD below 57.63 or 57.50. Um, Cash App users can now invest their paychecks into Bitcoin. Yeah, we know that. My watch list today is what you see right here. So it's Baba. Obviously moving in possible sympathy. I also just have a bear flag set up here and I'm already in puts. So this is just another trade. But right now I'm looking for Baba to stay below 109. Are we open? Oh shit, we're open. Here we go. Oh fuck. I gotta stop talking so much. Yeah, there you go. Hold on. Now I'm not even. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys. I'm not in JD or anything yet. Looking at April 14th. Facebook is moving up at resistance. Resistance on Facebook is 225. All right, JD is moving down here, guys. April 14th, I'm going to start.
RBLX getting some volume here after the open, seeing the weekly 47 call sweep on RBLX on your Bravo Lima
Oh
entry.
my God, what the hell is happening right now on Roblox? There's a huge cap with $48. So far, I'm not liking the volume here on JD. I'm not liking it. I'm not seeing a flush. or anything of that nature. Uh, Baba is moving to the downside. Okay, there we go. JD. Spreads are pretty wonky. April 14th, $57 put. I'm gonna grab one right now. Fill at 200. Just listen to lo-fi. Man, he's not on right now. I'm still holding Baba. Looking at Roblox now to the upside, guys. Looking at that next $59 price target. That's pretty bullish. Next week's calls. For stop loss for JD is 57.92. I'm gonna take a April 14th. Hold on one second. Once this candle closes, we got 12 minutes for this candle to close. I'm gonna wait for Roblox to close this candle, or at least one of these 5-minute candles before we take a position. But I do like the $47 call for April 14th, or the $48 call for April 14th. JD is moving down. There we go, Roblox. Close that. All right, 47s are out of the money now. 47.50s are in line. I'm gonna go ahead and take the 47.50s on Roblox for next week. JD doing well. JD target is 57.63. Baba went and filled its gap first. Let's see if it goes back down to break support. We still need JD to break 57.
Good morning, guys.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. Just I feel like I'm dog shit, but we're making money. So
Hey,
$47 call suite at the ask. 251 contracts. That was for this week on Roblox. I would say right now, Roblox pivot point is 47.75 on the hourly here, 47.80. And then the gap begins at $48. Meta is moving to the upside here, like we had mentioned previously. So 226 is that level up. I'm not. It needs to candle close first.
PC Dakota Gold halted on a circuit breaker, dealt it early at the lowest $4.41.
Come on, JD. Give me the flushy flush.
Percent.
You make me sick. There you go, Baba. Baba's looking good. Gianna Garcia. I hope I said that right. I had a couple of mentors. I've had a lot of friends whom I currently still trade. A lot of them are admins, and they were essential in that process. Um, but all over the place. But in my Discord, I've written it's free, but it's a step by step on just getting started. So, Baba, who's still in Baba with me? I'm in calls on Roblox. In Baba, I swung puts. I'm in puts. I'm in
hey, Bullard's talking. Be careful, bro.
Lord.
Let's see. Financial market volatility reflects people becoming accustomed to a Fed that must battle inflation. Lord says about to start asset runoff at coming meeting, which we knew that. So, but
Baba. All right, you guys should be up really nice now if you guys swung those Baba puts. I'm gonna go ahead and where I signaled Baba April 14th 108 puts. I'm gonna go ahead and signal everyone. Trend target is here, and target from here. If we're holding all day, it's 104. But we're gonna put 104 10. Roblox is moving to the upside here, but it needs to break that 47.75. Do you guys see that target that I gave you guys? That's definitely formidable right now. JD is at its hourly 500 HMA. I know a lot of you guys are like, what the fuck does that even mean? But if it breaks it, then I think we're good to go to flush to 55.75. Roblox, gap fill. The gap fills are basically 49. Dang, dude, we're playing up and down. Don't get a lot of that every day.
you know,
I'm,
what states either.
I'm riding Goofy right now. Down in the first 7 minutes of the day. Amazing job, Holy Cannoli. Amazing, dude. Super stoked for you. That's awesome. Yep. My stop loss on Roblox is 47 even. What do I think of Yum?
Ballard, it's unclear how the United States will meet labor demand. I do not expect recent retirees to return to work, and others may be slow to return in general.
No. Come on, Roblox. Do the juice. Do a kickflip. Looking at Yum, you're at downtrend. It looks like. Oh no, you broke it. Okay, so you broke retest pivot point 120.36 daily time frame. There's not much volume here, and you're running into earnings, so I'll give you that. Is honestly, you're playing in a real. I would say above 120 is where things get a bit more interesting. Guys, Roblox rejecting. So if you guys want to lower your exposure, do so. JD is still moving to the downside here. Nice on that. Roblox, or excuse me, Baba is still pulling back here. Because we have a decent expiration, we're okay on Roblox right now. We're still green. You should be green. One of my contracts for Baba right now is up 164%. Yeah, if you're in my original Baba puts, I never TP'd. I trimmed, but no TP. Baba. I'll get you too, JD. Come on, let's go. Move it. All right, Roblox. I'm out here at a $4 gain. Don't spend it all in one place. I shouldn't have done that. I don't know why I did that. Um, you know what? I just like for a split second there thought I was in a weekly. Uh, Regardless, you can still hold this if you want to. It still has not candle closed. I just made a mistake. As soon as it moved past there, you should let the candle close first, as long as it stays above that. So if you're still in Roblox, don't mind me. I might just go and buy it back, just because I feel like a dingus. The hospital trip yesterday, dude.
All right, guys, I got NVIDIA calls 2:45. What were you saying, Garrett? Sorry, I didn't hear you. You said you had what yesterday?
Oh, I said it's a hospital trip. I cut roadblocks. I should have let the candle close. I mean, it's still pulling back. So maybe even if I did, I still made a mistake. I still should have let the candle close. But
What's Roblox trading at right now? I haven't looked.
46.71.
$46.
I think it's a $20 company, but
Dude, I think that company is a candidate for a buyout.
that's why I think it goes lower, dude.
Cheap price, you think?
Yeah, it's rad.
See that? We see that.
I saw that price downgrade. Well, if you cut Roblox with me, I guess that's good. All right, JD, we want none of that, please. If no, 2 minutes and 15 seconds, guys. We gotta stay back down. I do not want to anywhere above 57, 30, 21. I'd preferably love to stay below 57, and I'd like for these 2 minutes to pass here on Baba, and also stay below this whole ribbon at 106. So we have to fight through a little bit. If we can't expect a straight line, we did just drop from 57.80, 57.90 all the way from to 56.20. So we can't go into this not expecting a bounce. I just looked at
Green on
Rad.
NVIDIA.
It's ripping. Yeah, it is. It just broke pre-market highs. Next target on that is 302.91. All right, Baba is still holding down. The JD is bouncing a lot harder. Yes, I am confused. All right, I'm back down on JD a little. I'm not down. I'm still up. I'm up. Yeah, I'm still up. All right, good cut on Roblox, guys. That one's at its pivot point. It would have to buyers would have to step up here crazy. Baba is at 104.75. If you guys Baba swingers, holy shit, dude, I'm up 200% on one of the runners that I left on Baba.
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
Fox Business and Lawrence says the State Department source says
There you go, JD. Oh God, I can't even we. All right, everybody. If you're in fucking Baba, damn, that shit is dumping. Oh, this is a dream come true. I love Baba dumping. I'm gonna go ahead and TP, guys. I'm out. Hold on 1 second. I gotta go onto my phone so I can. All right, there we go.
Guys, but NVIDIA had my stop.
All right, I'm out. Yeah, I'm out of Baba. That was amazing. Amazing trade. I'm just not being greedy, and I have to admit, like, because a lot of people, I want to show you guys, like, yo, you can still be mad profitable and TP before, before, like, it's gonna bounce. You know it. Like, we know for a fact we're gonna see a bounce here coming soon on Baba. We've got an incredible move. We swung, yeah, we swung, and that is a really awesome move from the 111 to 105s. So JD is reversing on me right now. Uh, that sucks. But we are not red on it. We are still green, and we're gonna be patient here. And 57 looks like sellers are taking a stand. Do I see Facebook's open? No, but I'm really glad that I cut Roblox. And I hope that you guys were able to get out really quickly. So I was taking a Macy's calls. Let me tell you something about Macy's. Is this a Talon that I know in real life? I can't ever, because I know a Talon in real life. Baba is moving down more. So if you do have runners, my target remains 103.67. I'm still in JD, so hopefully I get a little bit of PPA, poopy price action. That's a LE definition there. All right. I hope you guys have not compromised with Roblox and you cut it. It is okay to take small losses as long as you abide by your stop loss. As long as you do that, you're good to go. So cut it. And
Don't get married to the position.
Your
Even
boy,
it went against me, I cut it.
yeah, it is tough to cut those and accept a loss. But listen, you set yourself up to win. So just a statement out of concern. Dish files for U.S. patent application systems and methods for drones as service. So that, whoa, like drone satellites. I wonder how that would work. What if you had like a drone that could fly above a storm so that you could continue to get reception?
Damn, that'd be interesting.
Damn, I just
But
gave
how
her
you
a,
gonna get
yeah.
how you gonna get the information below the storm though?
Mhm. No, it's not. You just. Y'all, I am not gonna hold JD if we reverse here. I'm gonna stick to my stop loss. I really wish.
Just on the video at 240.
Yeah, Roblox is hitting the dummy, dude. Do you make more off a single leg calls and puts? Puts. You always make more money than the downside. So think about it.
That's a demand zone. You just need to be careful. The 500 apes are made sitting right there at 240.
All right, talk to me, guys. What are we in? Holy shit, Baba's about to do it again. Anybody still in Baba? Let me know.
Senate voting on the Russian oil ban.
Yeah, amazing trade.
Russian investigative committee says Ukraine is responsible for explosions and ammunition depot near Russian city of Belgorod, that from Russian affiliated news agency TASS being cited by Reuters.
Ford Motor share or Ford is downgraded by Barclays this from 23 to 17. Well, U.S. crude futures move higher. I think Roland called that, right?
Ford
No. Oil.
oil.
I know he called CVS. That thing looks pretty bullish right now. Out spread off its support. Oh man, that's beautiful. Yo, JD is about to piss off the Pope. All right, guys, I'm not gonna. I don't know if it's gonna hold. This is the third trip up here. We gotta reject, or there's a V shape in our future. Look at me watching the 5. 57.28.
Russia's Putin has discussed Ukraine peace talks with Russian Security Council. Has also discussed Russian military operations in Ukraine.
Nice. You didn't cut Roblox on time. Now what? Oh, I knew it was coming. All right, so we got to work through it. So you either take a position down because right now Roblox is not looking good. That's not good for Roblox. Um, especially with this close. Yeah, I don't know what your position sizing is, but what I would do is I would just start. I mean, I would just start anytime it bounces. I would just start trimming, or I would take the bold position with a longer expiration to the downside with a target of around, I would say 44 or 43, and I would have a really tight stop of around 46, 45 on that. Um, because of this rejection here in this hourly candle close, which we got 36 minutes. So that's something to consider. CVS is breaking out right here. Watch it to move to 103. Damn, nice breakout on CVS. What is Costco moving now to? Oh, look at Costco. Look at Costco. Wow, it only almost filled its gap. It's at 600 right now, dude. Do you remember I called the Costco $600 PT? Wasn't that hard of a PT to call, but
This thing is an absolute
July
it's
25.
like I don't understand. Fucking Nvidia. I mean, freaking Nvidia. Sorry, guys.
I'm out right now, guys. I'm about to go ahead and exit JD. Swing is green, but my first contract, I'm down 3% on JD. Why? Because I have a badass expiration, and I'm down $5. But here's the thing: this hourly. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at on the hourly, so you guys can understand what my thought is right now. So if you pull this back right here, you see there's obviously, oops, there's a very obvious support coming down. And that 500 HMA that I was talking about, that S1 that I was talking about, all of those levels are, and again, JD had their CEO step down. That's not always the most, they already have a replacement for him. So this may not end up being a complete continuation of downside, but due to being at support, this isn't going to be a one-way trip to the downside. So we can still, and we still are bearish on JD, and I'm still in my position. But overall, this could be we could sit on this support all day. Those of you in Baba, you should be making a new low here, I think, here in a second. Dude, Baba was so money. I love Baba. I love to hate Baba.
Baba's short and Baba's your favorite pastime in Trump.
It is, dude. I'm gonna be telling my grandkids, like, yeah, well, when I was your age, we still
Sorted the hell out of Baba.
we still had to sort things on a computer. You kids and your mind computers now. I can only
They're gonna say we're not allowed to short anymore, Dad.
you can only buy. Stocks literally only go up.
The Fed got rid of shorting.
Yeah. Who's in CVS with Rolly? Yeah, that Baba short is if you really old once upon a time. Nice. Nice.
Guys, keep SST on watch. SST.
Yeah, I would look at Roblox right here. So this is an example of where you can trim exposure. If Roblox goes and taps 4644, you can trim exposure, which means if you had a multiple positions, you can start to cut them and lower your exposure so then you can ride it out, do whatever you got to do. So it's like pulling teeth on JD right now. Nope.
Bro, I'm gonna smack the crap out of the video.
What happened? It reversed.
Yeah, literally. So it hit my stop, and it's right back where we ended. I was going to average down, but it looked really weak. But there was that supply zone at the bottom, or that demand zone at the bottom, and it didn't even barely touch it. But the demand zone didn't look super strong either. But it managed to actually bounce before it even touched the demand zone itself.
The 15 and the hourly, dude, look at the hourly. Tell me what you see on the hourly
On what?
on the video.
NVIDIA?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you have the support zone at the bottom, bro.
You're about to move up right now and hit 248.60, I think. I
250, 60 even?
Hold on. I see what Nvidia's got going on now.
It's sitting right on top of yesterday's. Damn. It put a VPOC at the same level as it did yesterday. 243.72 and built the VPOC at the same exact level. It's not going to break lower unless volume steps in big for selling.
When to buy, Baba? Don't ask me that. I don't buy those stocks. I only short Baba.
TSLA Tesla saying
You're going to traumatize Chinese investors, bro.
TSLA.
That's the goal. I was kidding. Yo, Tesla's got a gap to 1080 88.
Yo, look for Ford for more downside.
Ooh, I can't feel like crap. I'm out, guys. I made a whole bag on Baba. We don't take
That just come out. That headline.
he's checking
Yesterday, actually.
though. I can look at some stocks for you guys.
U.S. Commerce Department says over time, three Russian airlines will largely be unable to continue flying either internationally or domestically.
Damn, that's gonna suck for them.
U.S. Stepping up pressure on three Russian
1325. 1325 for EVGO. If you continue, if you break above 1280, because that is your current resistance. Oh, come on, JD, do it. Look at that 9-day moving average coming down on JD. Healing music. I like it. Microsoft just broke new highs, and let me guess, Nvidia is about to too. Yep, there's Nvidia. Did you buy that dip?
No, I had to put it at the bottom, bro. They hit my stop.
Here's where we go up or down today. Oh fuck, dude, JD is down. Look at that hourly candle on JD, guys. That's not. We got 20 minutes here, so we can't judge it yet, but we're getting close to damn, apples. Yeah, apples looking good. Still in range though. Remember what I said this morning, y'all? I'm not touching this. It's too much above it, man. If Apple does go up, I say 177.33. If you're in Apple, I mean, go for it, but that's just not my. I'm not taking it. I see a fake out potentially, especially looking at these wicks from yesterday. I don't know. Um, how do I stop myself from TPing so early? Take longer expirations as your first starter position, and then take, if you're taking multiple weekly expirations, trim out of them and have good targets, and then evaluate those targets each time they get hit and how they move when they get hit, how the stock performs at those targets in order to get an indication of where you may go from there. Right now, it looks like Tesla wants that gap. Apple has a gap to 174.50. Coles. Oh shit. That's either gonna double bottom or you're forming an H pattern on the 15-minute. Oh my god, Coles is hitting the Dumbo. Oof. Okay, so I think I see what you got going on. Hmm. 54.56.
Hey, green on Ford short.
Zeta. Got a price target from Oppenheimer to $20. Zeta. um, SST looks like it wants to fill its gap to 2020.
PKNG, DraftKings, the weekly $18 call is active now. Delta Kilo November Golf, PKNG.
Look at Roblox's hourly candle now. So if you trend exposure,
Green Ford short here.
Zing. Come on, JD.
I trimmed Ford short.
I'm about to straddle JD. Straight up, look at this thing. It's maddening. I wonder if we could take some bank trades today, like for their earnings, and eat up
I
IB.
guess Marino tweeting, a little bit of old news.
Auto
Elon Musk
should take a loan.
for my
Once it starts finding that support, if that's the support that it's at 56.45.
because he's daring the SEC to come after him with a $1 million fine.
And this thing doesn't look like it has a support until 54.51. Below here, right? Below the bottom that it made.
You talking about JD?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a 52.45.
Yeah.
So I looking at Zim, whoever asked me about ZIM, this one's got a pretty interesting setup. This might be a good, I don't know what the company is, and this is where fundamentals are important. Um, but $62 is a level to watch. It's got an inverse head and shoulders breakout. Looks like it's got great volume. Yeah, okay. So I was gonna say $66 would be my first initial target, but I would actually say 69. would actually be a formidable target as well.
CNGL Canada Global acquisition on April 4th. Company received resignation.
I really want to get a good start with stocks.
Probably the Gulf Lima, CNGL.
Let's start with the basics. Don't rush. I mean, it's not really. I can tell you that I've seen some horrendous starts to the stock market for a lot of people. I've seen people. I've met an individual who made around $280,000 on a stock that ended up that squeezed, and lost I think 70% of it. And that was his start to the market. So an extremely euphoric win, and then a demoralizing loss. So I don't really see any further downside for Zim unless you reject this level here.
Boeing,
But
Airbus, UK,
looks pretty good.
737 MAX has comparable, if not better, range versus 321 Neo
Elon is a stud.
from Reuters.
He probably talks about simulation so many times because he is a simulation. Come on, JD. Do a backflip. I'm about to go to the bathroom and see if that works. Bathroom index. Senator Chuck Schumer explores what Republicans need in cannabis legalization to support it. I heard it's one of the arguments against cannabis yesterday, and I was like, what? Like, we got all these other problems. I'm like, yeah. So what? Got a lot of problems, period. This has been one. People going to jail and us taxpayers spending a bajillion dollars to lock them up for, how much did it cost to keep me in jail for a year?
Yeah.
For a joint.
FUL
Everybody knows about
Fuller
that.
raising quarterly dividend by 13%. That's Fox Truck Uniform Lima.
They're out already. Yeah, I did a year deal for a joint. I was 19.
From 16 and three quarter cents to 19 cents. That's Fox Truck Uniform Lima, FUL.
Big stepper, you mean Facebook? Hashtag free PotterStocks. I went in there like a hamburglar. New burger chef makes $3 an hour and never goes home. It's a robot. What is this? Miso Robotics exists to make restaurants. I've seen them.
Don't get sucked into that, Garrett.
I've seen those. Anytime I see a stock advertising for you to buy it, I'm like,
Yeah. That's when you know it's not good. Big guys, I don't recommend buying a stock that's being advertised to buy it. Here's why. When a stock or a company is good enough for it to be invested in, FOMO gets created around the company. And investors that have enough money to be considered institutional invest, and it will never be advertised.
yeah.
Okay. And when FOMO gets created, those are the companies you want to invest in. You want to be invested in those companies. If they're at the advertising online point, there's no FOMO. Promise.
If anybody's spilling Baba, you're heading towards low day again.
Institutional investor FOMO is a whole nother ballgame. If I don't know if he's on live, let me see.
Should I start paper trading before jumping in with real money? Yes. You need to, but here's the thing. You don't just take trades. You need to start learning strategies that is more important because once you learn the strategies, then you understand why people are taking trades. Then you don't need to necessarily, like, once you have something that works for you, then we become resources of news, potential sentiment direction, and so on and so forth. But um, the goal is to have you be able to, you um do it on your own. So yeah, getting that mechanical, learning about strategies, which one's gonna fit your schedule, your personality, et cetera, et cetera. Um, that's crucial. Excuse me, sorry. I'm about to have to go get some water. But yes, I think to learn the mechanics is yes, important.
There's somebody in here. I'm not gonna say their name. They're not on live, but I'll see if they will get on live one day, maybe later in the afternoon or on the weekend, and talk to you guys about institutional investing in startups and in companies that haven't IPO'd. He's done that quite often.
Want to hear a story?
Go
One
ahead.
time, one time, a long time ago when I was trading, um, before, we may have been interacting, but not doing this. But
Yeah.
I was trading with one of my good friends. He's in the chat here. He's the guy who does the Marvel movies. No, Marvel movies. He had a friend that he introduced me to, that we talked to, and he was going to do basically virtual reality or yeah, virtual reality galleries. This is before the NFT wave like really hit, and it was going to be
Yeah, I remember you
yeah.
talking about this.
Remember I was advertising
before.
Yeah, I was going to be one of the original investors,
U.S. told Russia.
and
that.
he went to a bank, like Goldman Sachs or something like that, and they told him it was stupid, and he stopped. And if he would have just waited for a couple more months, I do would have had whoopity guap, and I would have too. But yeah.
He would have been bank, dude, because I remember after you telling me that story, like 4 or 5 months, their NFTs started taking off.
Oh my god, yeah, yeah, it was nuts. I mean, it was like almost like a year later when that real wave hit. But that's
Yeah.
like people were like, "Oh, NFTs, that's stupid," and then all of a sudden they're like, "Wait, a 12-year-old just sold an NFT for $125,000."
$500,000.
Yeah, listen, I could. That's a podcast. I would love it if someone could sit down with me and we have actually somebody. She's one of the founders of Web3, and she's willing to come on and talk and teach and stuff like that. But she's one of the people who I hope can make. I get it, but I don't get the perspective on, like, I get contracts like in the future, like, closing on houses, like those are going to be like, integral parts of what I think makes NFTs useful. NFTs in their current form, trying to compare them to, like someone said, well, a Michael Jordan jersey to me, has no value. It's just a piece of fabric. And this is their explanation. It's just a piece of fabric, so therefore, um, if I'm not into basketball, it means nothing to me. But um, right. Um, so if they make an NFT, right, of art that they like, and then they end up selling it, and then they say, well, that has value. I say that has value, right? And that's why it does, because the overall public that is investing in NFTs does. That's where I don't really see. I see how it's almost like low cap stocks, right? They move.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like low cap stocks. Like there's not a ton of people out there trading NFTs on a daily basis. And I think that right now the main gist of NFTs is to make money. It is a quick cash grab, and that's oftentimes how certain sectors are born. It's not always a beautiful birth or something like that, but um, uh, I
Can you say the thing about Bitcoin?
huh?
Couldn't you say the same thing about Bitcoin?
Not really. I feel like I see different things. Maybe. I mean, yes and no, but I think here you're judging art and giving it value on the internet amongst a smaller group of people. And then
Okay.
like and then you have a right like the utility of like NFTs in the future. Yeah, you could close on a house in minutes, right? Or you could sports
Well,
betting.
it's
Sports
the
betting.
thing too, man. Like you talk about that, but it's like that like technology is available without like being a NFT concept, right?
But being on the
It's available. It's just you know what the issue is? It's regulations. That's the issue.
what's the
The
technology
technology.
like to close on a house immediately?
Yeah, you can close the bro. They can make it to where closing on a house is done in like literally minutes. But the reason that it's not done in minutes is because of regulation.
Well, that's the thing. I think that NFTs too. Like I was just gonna say, sports betting is another one. Facebook is banning right now. I wouldn't try. Like look at the price action right here. It is absolute. Just let it break range. Range is 222. Just like we talked about this morning. Facebook. I haven't even considered trading Facebook. Facebook above 226. Facebook below 221.84. It looks like it's gonna head down. Um,
That's as well. Not as bad as Facebook.
So I think that this wave will pass. But ultimately I think that example, if you have a bet, right, you bet $100,000 each on a game, you it's on the blockchain, and that way as soon as the game is done, the money is sent. It's immediately there, and it's private, it's between you two, it's documented on the blockchain. So I mean, like that's the explanation I got, right? Because I'm just an observer in the crypto space until it makes enough sense to me, right? I get all of it. I need to know
Yeah, of course.
how I
Yeah,
can
they
use it.
just don't know it's right.
It's not applicable in my current life other than just
Yeah,
making money, right? Because crypto
yeah,
is great for trading right now.
yeah.
But has any investment in the last 3 years in crypto, there's a few like held, the fluctuations are huge. So like that is
The
a
main ones that have held their like values, like right, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and that's it. I think like the main big ones that have really held. I mean, you could talk about Litecoin, but Litecoin I don't think ever broke its all-time high. So
I think I mean yeah, and again, I mean like I'm speaking on a space that I'm not necessarily uh I'm not. I wasn't. I'm just not. I can chart crypto all day. I've traded crypto. I bought Bitcoin at 26K one time. I sold it at 40. But I've that part of it makes sense. I think the led because so many people associate crypto and NFTs with quick, fast gains and huge like leveraged contract like leverage a ton of leverage. That's why it is a hard thing for me to stay in without like very lightly dollar cost averaging into a few coins without like without putting anything that I would ever worry about into it. Because at this point, paying rent in Bitcoin, for someone's getting screwed with the current price fluctuations. You pay rent at 3,600 and then it rips to 50K. You know,
something that I've always like thought about when it
something
comes to
like
like
that.
crypto. I don't think, and this is just my personal opinion, that I could be completely wrong. And Garrett will tell you guys, like I've been invested in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies for a really, really long time, and I'm a big like advocate for it. But I don't think it will ever become like the reserve currency. If you believe that, I just think you're a little far fetched in your thought process, and I don't think you're really understanding the extent that the U.S. government is willing to not allow that to happen. You would have to upend the U.S. Treasury and the Federal Reserve. Not gonna happen.
It would take a generation.
Yeah, here's what I look at crypto. I look at crypto as a store of value, like gold. I don't think gold, and I know Mac's probably going to be upset about this. I don't think gold will ever become the reserve currency again. It was right, or even currency, but the security reserve for our current currency. They celebrated Miami embracing Bitcoin yesterday. Government embracing it. It's owner. Exactly. Exactly. Let the government embrace it because then it won't allow like you're gonna get rid of the anonymity that you think that is there. The anonymity out there. You can trade stuff on the blockchain, even if you use a Tumblr.
Real quick, guys, I think Baba is gonna bounce. It is at my target of 104. Literally tapped my target of one. Literally, holy shit! Look at this. Remember my target?
Yep.
103.85 on Baba. What's that wick at? What's that wick at?
Jared, Baba Destroyer.
Hi, Baba. Destroyed Baba. 183.65 is the next one. JD is a pain in my ass. He's my neighbor. Um, I'm just gonna cut it above 57.40, y'all. Um, yeah, yeah. Oh God. Yeah, I would love to hear like again, her, the Web3 founder. I would love to hear more because she's far more educated in this. Obviously, she's one of the founders, but
Yeah.
I would just love to hear and learn from her because again, it's just not. I would have a couple of like questions about like the same things that I'm saying right now. Like, I don't necessarily understand. I understand NFTs in the future. I don't understand NFTs in the present.
It's hype.
Yeah,
It's hype. You're right.
and
Like, yes, there is some utility, but like, you're right. I mean, I know that, bro. I've created a couple myself.
you have
I have one right now.
you have had literal rip-off scams from some of all right, JD's from some of our
says you
like
face a significant battle ahead in the southeast. Open question how conflict with Russia ends.
yeah. But for the big what was that news? Said that basically Ukraine's facing another major attack in the east, I think. Right now, like it looks like Russia's trying to get away with as much land as they can out of Ukraine.
Yeah, it's funny because like they're like, okay, yeah, we'll meet and form a treaty, but while we're doing that, we're gonna take over some more land so we can adjust that treaty.
Yeah, so literal like it's crazy. They literally just did like a land grab. Microsoft is holding incredibly well.
What
I'm out.
minerals eastern region, southeastern region,
There's oil reserves.
Isn't that where the wheat? Isn't that where the wheat farms are?
Our natural
For grain?
Yeah, there's a lot of wheat there too.
Wheat's in the west. Gotcha.
Oh, they're just talking about Ukraine. Period.
Oh, yeah, no, I thought it was minerals are all in the east.
They have natural gas reserves there too.
Yeah. Wheat.
they're assuming that we're gonna sit in VR for 8 hours a day in the future. You, you know, listening to Jeff Bezos speak about the future truly made me realize how like being ultra rich is just pulls you out of reality, disassociates you from basic reality. The man is out of touch. I think Elon is too, though.
Well, I mean, when you're that wealthy, like you literally billions of dollars, that wealthy, um, there's not something that you can't get, right? You could be on the other side of the world and that's your thing. Like, I mean, get on the plane, you're there instantly. You could book a private jet whenever you need. There's no if, ands, or buts. Like a private jet is booked. So when you have that kind of money to just spend it and not even worry about it, you know, it's an interesting concept
Oh,
for
hey,
them to try to come back to reality.
FCX. Do you guys remember? Oh man, here we go. I might actually. It's funny you bring that up because it is right near support. Look at that long. We talked about this too. FCX may give us a new high, all the way up to $53 from here. I'm setting an alert right now. 49. All right, guys. Why is your? Oh, that's got to be an iPad.
Yes, management give or take an extended storage program that comes from removal presidential records.
This is not market news.
Here we go.
That's not even market news.
Yes.
All right.
It's
Um, y'all, I am is still in JD. Candle close about 57.45. Uh, I'll probably be out. Um, otherwise, we ripped Baba shreds. I closed out of one of those runner contracts from 2 days ago for almost 200%. And then had the 108s absolutely ripped as well. So um I also added yesterday. So if you guys added with me, that whole trade was great and all of our levels worked out perfectly. So from here, if you want to hold or if you're still in, I still have one of 360. I am still in JD. Hoping we get an H pattern here and flush it. If we bounce and reverse it, do not compromise. There are better trades that we can take. We're about to start and kick off earnings season. So taking it easy this week and keeping your cash so that way you're not getting stressed out towards when all of the action happens. Because I can tell you how frustrating it is to as a new trader to have had blown your account right before like all the action starts happening. Sucks. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I'll be back if anything moves in any particular way or if any of my major alerts go off. But I'm kind of feeling a little drowsy here. Probably gonna lay down a little bit, rest, and I'll be back for power hours. So um, short expiration calls on ATER. I have never. I think Atlas is.
Is anybody still in forward short? If you are, make sure you trim some profit.
Yeah, ATER has a pretty sweet looking flag, I must admit. Watch ATER above 377.
EXPI, new short at Bear Cave Research.
Yeah, didn't I listen to Bear Cave one time and I got burned?
Echo X-ray Topic India, new short from the Bear Cave. Shares hitting a low of $18.03. EXP World Holdings.
All right, cool. All right. Um, I'm not gonna die. I just gotta go
He asked you, are you gonna die?
No, he said, don't die. Yo, look at this. Loot Capital maintains buy on Costco, raises price target to 645. Dude, Costco's a long all day. If you got patience, man,
Oh, dude, 100%.
buy some shares. I wanted to read. You know what it does? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait because I think it pulls back to 587. I really do. Is the Fed speaking today? I don't know. JD,
Bullard was speaking earlier this morning. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything else. Let me check the calendar.
I would not go with, I would be careful with Twitter puts because when the market bounces, people are gonna beeline for Twitter. Right now, I would say Twitter has a bounce at 47, 48, 71, and from there you could send it. Send it.
Single hedged on my longs with some puts from yesterday. So those puts are green. If you guys want to, if anybody's in the puts with me and they want to take profit, feel free to. I'm still gonna hold on to my puts.
JD, get down. All right, guys. Yeah, I see that big call for FCX. You guys see my setup. Don't, if you see it, take it. If it looks good, scale in. So I have my alert set. So if I take something, I'll alert in my signals. But I would say a clean level is $49, and I would target the previous highs of 52 or 55. You're not gonna get the money with 55s though. I don't think.
You know what's held up surprisingly well?
5330.
Rob,
Bob Zombie.
somebody just pointed it out to me. Is Microsoft.
Yeah, it is holding its 5 minute
Held up
200.
surprisingly well. Boxer pointed it out to me, and I just noticed that it's actually like held up really, really well against the entire market.
Also, look at this. Look at the volume
Where are you posting it?
and
Are you posting screenshot?
yeah. So, oh, what the fuck?
Oh wow. Yeah.
So I see that.
No, I did not know you could do that. That's cool.
What screenshot like that?
Yeah.
I say it's cool, dude.
Is that NFT technology?
Yeah, man, it is. You want to buy it?
Oh. Yeah, yeah. How much is it for?
It's about 580.
That's worth the whole contract?
You have to buy the whole series.
No, I didn't know you could put a what do you call it? Like a shaded area below the moving average on the license.
Oh yeah, I have to do that for volume moving average. That's shaded. That
Yeah, I had the line for the moving average. I just didn't know you could shade it. That's
oh
cool.
yeah. Oh yeah. Owl HOWL is moving.
This keep SST on watch today. It's got insane call flow.
A gaming bed. Damn, dude, they're trying to plant us inside computers.
The future is bright.
That's a big ass bounce on Microsoft, dude. That hourly candle is ripping. I'd say 304.60, but I'm not taking Microsoft right here. Just
Jones. Look at this.
June $8 call sweep now, Tango Lima Romeo Yankee, TLRY.
Save image as. I don't understand.
Remember how you said this
NFT.
technology?
Nice.
Say that's your NFT, bro. You just stole it.
Why is AMAT moving? FCX bounces. Here's the red to green. Is it red to green? Yeah, guys, you got retests coming. Baba's got 105 retest here. If you break above 105, you've got 105.50. If you break above that, you're likely going to retest. AMAT's breaking out right now, just gap filled. It needs to break above 123. But all right, guys, I'm out. Have a good day. I'll see you shortly. Peace.
Later.